Hello everybody, thank you for being here. Today I just felt I hit you with a very important topic or an overlooked topic which can help you in your journey towards success or building successful relationships or actually building successful businesses. All right. My topic today, as you can see it on your screen, it says knowledge is good but intuition is supreme. It's basically that I'm going to give you, firstly, before we continue, before I give you my context of what the difference between knowledge and intuition, and what knowledge produces and what intuition produces. All right. Firstly, let me give you the dictionary meaning of knowledge. It says it's facts, information, and skill acquired by a person through experience or education. Academic education. The theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. That's what knowledge is. I will repeat the meaning of knowledge. It says it's a fact, information, skilled, required by a person through experience or education. The theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. That is knowledge. Okay, we leave it there. We go to intuition. The definition of intuition according to a dictionary. That is not my definition. I'm going to give you a better interpretation. All right. It says the ability to understand something without the need for conscious reasoning. Powerful. I will repeat it. It's from a dictionary, not from me. Okay. Can you hear me? I don't know. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? I didn't see that I dropped my mic. I don't know if I dropped my mic. I don't know if you can hear me. In fact, let me let me try to repeat what I said. I'm not sure if you heard me. I think my mic was too low. All right. Hello. Now I know you can hear me. Let me explain what I said. Okay, and let me try to interpret the meaning of intuition. I was not aware that I dropped my mic. Thank you for being patient with me, because I'm sure maybe the audio was very long. All right. I said to you that knowledge, according to the dictionary, it says is a fact, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience or education. The theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. That is knowledge. Right? Oh, thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Now I know you can hear me. And intuition, according to the dictionary, I'm not making things up. You can check it out, Google it. It says the ability to understand something immediately without the need of conscious reasoning. Meaning you don't need a fact, you don't need statistics to prove that you know something or something is going to be like that. All right. So now today I chose, and if you check the context of my my status, I said to you, knowledge is good, but intuition is supreme. All right. We are where we are right now in life, whether you are successful or not, or you believe you are on your way to success, or whether you want to build a business or just want to start your life, relationships, and those kind of things. You need intuition more than knowledge, because knowledge is created. If, let me say, you know something, or you get an idea to invent something that we've not seen, you document that thing on paper, probably you turn it into a book or something, or a product. Now that process of actually structuring the whole thing into a book or a product, now you are creating knowledge, because now we're going to name that thing. Before, it was just an idea. It had no name. We didn't know whether it falls under a product or a service or something, but you were able to package it in a way that we can identify it, whether as a product or a service. Then you created knowledge. You created something that now we can take it through the academic process and teach people. But now comes intuition. You know, this is the most supreme part. This is the part where it doesn't have to be in a dictionary or be documented. You just know you know something. Have you ever looked at a multiple choice question? I like giving example of multiple choice. Your knowledge will tell you the answer is number one based on how you studied, whether you understand the content or not. But something will tell you it's C. But because your knowledge is telling you, I cannot be C. No, this thing is A. Then you click there. The computer goes, wrong. Then you said, I should have listened to the inner me. There was something that told me the answer is C. That is what you call intuition. Intuition, it's when you are on the street and the street is empty. Something says, don't do it. Don't enter the street. Don't use the street today. But because you were trained to use your knowledge, you start becoming practical now. Their lights are on. Yeah, it's empty street. I mean, what can happen? You get into the street, they take your phone or take your car. Then you say, Esh, and I knew. That is intuition. You just know, you know. You don't need statistics. You can just watch a president giving a speech from the stage. You don't need knowledge. You don't need, by just listening to what you just know that you are not going in the right direction with this guy. I remember one day I had an argument with my father about a president. I can't mention his name because he has his supporters. And it happened exactly how it turned out. And my father was like, how do you know? I was like, something was just not right. Knew this guy was dodgy as hell. So that's why I'm telling you that intuition is supreme. And most people who have it, who use it, they are kids. All of us who are born with this thing. There's no one that prophets and sangomas are the only ones, or traditional doctors, or they are the ones who have it. We have it, all of us. We just know we know. A baby gets in this world, you hand them to a person who's not spiritually, let me say, okay, let me not use other words, okay. The child cry, he knows, but you dismiss them. When they start talking, they tell you something about their aunt, or they don't just like their grandmother or aunt or their uncle. You rebuke the child. You are saying, do not listen to that intuition. You are disrespectful to older people, and the child doesn't like the person. You don't ask yourself, where will my child, this person is a child, man. I mean, what worse can this person do? They are the most sweetest people ever. They know. That is why at that age you can go after a snake. We are fearless, we have confidence. We are born with everything we want at that age. The world has not corrupted us. They even know when someone is bad energy. They don't want that person to pick them up. They will cry if you hand them over. Then we get them through the education system. We give them knowledge. A nice person, it's a person who has no criminal record, who looks like this and that and that. But their intuition is telling you, that is just physical things. They are spiritual things, and the child knows. When they try to run away from the aunt and uncle, you are saying they are being disrespectful to old people. The child is feeling, is sensing. We kill that thing, we get them into a process for 12 months. Then you are expected at the age of 18 to now have the confidence that you were born with. It was killed through an education system. Trust me, they kill it there. From your first year on this earth to 5 years, they kill that intuition. They bombard you with knowledge. That is why we respect the person who understands more about stars, who knows science. As if it's something is not, it's already there. Science is saying nothing new. It's just when someone who's spiritual, they speak it because they can't produce evidence. You'll be making noise there, attacking the prophet. I'm not talking about the fake ones. The guy is telling you something. He didn't name it. There's no knowledge to it. He just knows that it's going to work like that. But because that one has a ruler, has a lot of documents, and they look like, they've got a doctorate in their name. They want to say the same thing the spiritual person is saying, but with terminologies. That's what intuition is. So there's nothing that knowledge is trying to prove that we don't know spiritually. It is better. But I hate the fact that this topic is very important to me, because I'm a big fan of intuition and spirituality as a whole. Because that's where some of the problems, we can sort out our relationships. We can know that the friend that we are with is not good for us, if we were trained and we were allowed to grow up with it. We were allowed to experiment. We were allowed to trust what our inner man, our spirit man is saying. Some of us could have implemented amazing ideas in the world, but we were told that if you can't show us that there is market for that thing, don't do it. Yeah. No one thinks that a person can create a market. We are not encouraged to do it. You can go to any business workshop. They will tell you it takes an arm and a leg. They will give you excuses why it cannot be done. We need more mentors or people who work in incubation programs who say, look, this is a new thing. Probably let's create a product that will help people create a market for an idea or a product. We must stop dismissing things because a person can't come up with a statistics that says there is 1 million who are already doing that thing. How are we going to become a great nation as Africans if we want things that are already there? Yeah, you must prove that there's 1 million people that you can tap. No, there are 8 billion people in the world. We can change our mind. That's what marketing is. That's what advertising is all about. All right. So this is one of the most powerful things. That is why we have people with doctorate, but they can't run a family. They've got the knowledge. The intuitive side of them is dead. They are vibrating low. A father who has a doctorate and is respected, he can't run a simple thing, a relationship. And funny enough, that's the only thing. Marriage and relationship. You will never go to school and go and learn about marriage or relationship. And those are the most important things in the world. They teach you everything. There are two things that they're not teaching you: money and relationships. How to become an expert in just having good friendships or love life. And no one does that. I've never met a person when I was in varsity who said, I'm doing a people management or relationship management. How to know if a person is not good for you? There's no subject like that. No one teaches you about money, things that matters the most. So it is simply like that. And why then people are not teaching us about this intuition truly if it is supreme? I mean, who will teach you something that has no rewards? The reason why they are giving us knowledge, there is a reward. They will tell you if you get a 80, you are an A student. No one is giving you compliments for just knowing something without calculating it. If you can't prove it, no one wants to hear it. And we forget that knowledge is created and knowledge can be recreated or improved. So it's not always correct, but your intuition is correct. Your intuition is the voice of God. It's correct. That's why some lady said something very powerful. It said, until you are willing to listen to your intuition, you cannot be used. You cannot be a leader. You cannot be given great inventions, because even if the Holy Spirit or your ancestors want to give you a business idea, because you don't trust it, You take that thing, they give it to you. You're going to go and ask an uncle who has never typed a business plan in his life. You ask your mother, you know the person has never run a business. Of course, they're going to laugh at you. They'll be like, the hell, crazy as hell. Go to school and pass. Look for a job, stop playing games. Because we can't say they are not bad people. They were also taught like that. How do they do it? They use culture, tradition. Because for me, these things are different, by the way. It's another topic. Culture, it's a way of life. Tradition, it's a way of doing things. People seeing them sitting on the corner, creating. That's why you can create a subculture and call it. That's why we have hip hop and blah 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 blah. Within hip hop, we have other culture. You know, that's that. Culture is like knowledge. You can create it. Tradition, it's a way of doing things. How they do the ancestral ceremonies, it passed over generation to generation. That is tradition. But those things also limit you, because it's knowledge. They will tell you that our tradition, they will pass it generation to generation. For the fact that people are different to what, they don't care. That is why those things seems to fail in life. They are failing us. Okay? Those things, they are failing us. Tradition, culture, religion. And someone say, yeah, no, you mean the Bible? No, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the Bible. I'm talking about religion. Religion is like tradition. It's a way of doing things. People refuse to change. They might adapt somewhere. Even these days, they like to, they are trying to adapt somewhere there and there. Because religion refuses to identify that in the spirit world, there is no man or woman, of male or female. But the people who understand this concept very well are the people in the traditional field. We call them sangomas. I don't know if it's a correct word, if maybe it's not the right word to use, but that's what I know how they are being called, or traditional doctors. That's why you find a man who's a traditional doctor and is being called ugogo, or a woman who's a traditional is called umkhulu, tatemukhulu, kuku, tatemukhulu. Oh, for those who don't speak my language, I'm talking about a man who's being called a grandmother, or a woman who's called a grandfather in the spiritual world, how they operate. But the church will frown on that. They will tell you that there is God, but they more emphasis on things of the flesh. That is why they I was listening to someone like, they will tell you it's the end of the world because they are gay people. Be like, what the hell? The spiritual, they don't care. The spirit don't care. Will bless that gay guy. You'll be making noise on TV, screaming it's the end of the world. I saw people who were angry about some satanist thing. I didn't read about the story. But you know, as social media people, just jump on. You have your say. So I was not really shocked. I didn't panic. Why should I panic that there's satanist this and that? I know how the spirit world works. It's just fear. All right. So that's basically what I wanted to share, that the world could be better if we allow these children, especially how we raise our children, and allow your child to self-actualize and show you while they're young who they are. And let them show you who they are. There's someone who's like, you know, I just woke up and I realized my son is gay. But when he was young, no, I saw, yes. But I tried to teach him and take him to church. And you think by teaching him something different, he will change. Then you go to where they tell you that he's demonic. You start killing the relationship you have with your child, like you killed their intuition. They go to interview 18 years later because they were not told. They were told that you must behave like this. Our culture must look down, not look at a person. A person goes to an interview and fail. People go to interview and fail merely because they couldn't present themselves well. They were like that around 5 years or 2 years. They will stand in front of everyone while you are watching TV and start singing and say, look at me, what you think? We start rebuking them. Then they go back to toxic behavior. Person that doesn't know how to express themselves, to say congratulations, to say sorry. Because we taught them like that. Who will say something bad to them, no one says sorry later. Life goes on. Then they stop listening to themselves. They stop listening to themselves. Other kids, their gifts you can see from a younger age. You'll be hearing a parents because they go to church. They are panicking now. Yeah, this child now, you start to see things. But they kill this child's confidence and spirit. They are praying for them and trying to change them. I mean, this person is born with this thing. Some of the families are poor right now because they couldn't allow their girl child to be themselves. Maybe the blessings of the family came through her, but because they have a way of life, culture, you must live like this, you must behave like this. At this age, you must start doing this. They will even write a book and decide what is puberty for you. I didn't go through this thing called adolescence. I don't understand them. This thing of going dating 66 people and being wild. Maybe I'll go through it when I'm turning 40 or something. Never went through things. So they don't accept that these things happen differently for everyone. We need to be in that energy. We need to be in that energy of understanding things. That's what intuition is for you. You'll do amazing things when you start listening to you. It's the scary thing, the most scariest thing to do. Because you are looking at yourself. I don't have a doctorate. Why should I take my own advice? You ask yourself, the person with the doctorate, is that their own mind or someone's knowledge? They're absorbing. That's why we think they're smart. They just absorb and speak a lot of nonsense on TV. All right, I'm very excited. I'm happy, man. I'm creating amazing things. I'm being very productive. That's why I'm able to bring up these good topics and actually interpret them in a beautiful way. I'm happy that everyone will actually flock to this video and watch it. Probably it will trigger something for you. You will start doing things and understanding that other people, they will depend on knowledge merely because the intuitive side is dead. I mean, what do you expect? How are they supposed to survive? For 12 years, they've been trained not to listen to it. That's a long time for not tapping into a real you. That is why we're wearing a mask. That's why you go to interview, you can't express yourself. But then we have this Bible saying you are super, you are great, you are, you are a great person, you were made this and that. You don't believe it. It sounds like mumbo jumbo. But you don't understand where the core of the problem started. Everything you knew, everything you had, there's no one who's born in this world with no abundance. I don't care how evil your parents can be. Everyone is born with abundance. Everyone is born with, if you have an intuition, You are abundant person. You just need to tap into it. That's where great ideas come to, because there's something speak to you. You can watch something and something speak to you and say, Mara, this thing, if we can do it in a different way, it will come out in a different way. That's your idea. Then you dismiss it. I mean, you start doubting yourself. Why should I listen to myself? I don't have a degree in fashion. I'm sure that guy knows better. Then we get to fail in life. Then we congratulate people who have degrees. And those people will just start studying knowledge. That knowledge is created by someone. Someone named a tree. Someone named this a hand. It's knowledge. Knowledge can be created, can be invented. I invented Jive again. 5 years, 10 years from now, a person will go to school and learn it. That is knowledge. Knowledge can be created, but not intuition. But no one listened to it. Even presidents, even people in parliament, no one listened to their intuition. We were trained like that. Culture, tradition, education system. I know they meant well when they were creating this system, but it killed us. You will find a man with a doctorate. His family is falling apart. He doesn't understand that to be successful with a doctorate, that you need to have gratitude. You need to start thanking God, your ancestors, or whatever he believes in. You find a man, no, this guy is handling a big machine in the mine, but he's a bad father. Why? He depends on traditional knowledge. That thing is limited. How about you leave your tradition and start listening to you? How can I be the best father for this child, or the best husband for this woman? As a creator, what can I do for this family? As a woman, what can I do? I need to listen to this child. I need to stop listening to the religious people, the traditional people telling me this child, the way he's growing is going to another direction. I mean, this person is innocent. How can he come with all what he's expressing at that 2 years or what is true? That is the true self. You can try to beat him up not to wear a dress. That is who he is. He will eventually meet with that real person when he's 18. That's when now we are being taught about confidence. It's time to go to interviews now. They'll be like, you must be confident. You must look at the people when you speak. Things that you have been doing when you were young, they were beating you up. That you can't stand in front of the TV while we're watching a soap. You're annoying us. I love what I do. That's why maybe I smile. I laugh a lot. I love what I do. I've discovered where the honey is. Intuition, spirituality, not religion. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about church. Beautiful stuff. Sometimes you walk on the street, something tells you stop. You know, take this street, you take that street, you ignore, you change your mind. There's something that I like. People say a wise man changes his mind. That's intuition. You are going to go to a party. Something says you're not going, you just sit. Why? I don't feel it. People will be, you can't say you can't feel it. Yeah, you know that party. What? Why? It's not my party. If it was my party, I was gonna make sure it happens. Then they come back, they say people got car accident. You'll be like, I knew it. You know? Life is good. There's abundance out there. We grow. Look, we were born with these things. I look at a child. You know, I was watching a video of another baby, and I just like the caption. You know, he was making those what you call it, facial expressions, as if like, oh, am I born in a poor family again? He was like, you know, he was very cute, and I'm like, children can sense, and he will give the person next to him this other look only adults do. And I was laughing. I was like, I love these human beings. They might not say anything. They will cry when something is not right. Then we start labeling it according to our own knowledge to expect. And the child is saying, look, I'm not feeling safe around this person. And that is why even when people are older, we don't use our intuition in businesses. You sign a wrong deal and something tells you, this guy, you can't trust him. Then you want to remember that day, man, man, that there was just something not right about this guy. What he was saying, it's like that. We are failing in life. We're in a crisis right now. We are in fear. We're in depression because others, they are saying we forget who we are. We didn't forget who we are. We just left our intuition out of things. Sometimes you meet a guy who has the nice body that you want, but he's toxic as hell. And something tells you forget about it because they said when you marry the hot one who looks good in pictures, you are blessed. Gold, whatever, couples. You know, those who knows English. Yeah. So something like that. Then you get in that relationship, he beats you up. Couple goals. Just because he has a six-pack doesn't mean he's a wise person. Be stupid and toxic as hell. If you find a guy with a doctorate, with a six-pack, who still believe that women must follow him and love him, he doesn't see even he has a great woman in front of him. That's what knowledge is doing to us. We know all these things, cars and blah blah blah, but you can't listen to yourself. Something tells you, do not tell your friend something. You tell her. You are afraid, you are surprised next week they call you. You failed in the job interview. And you know you did well. You know you nailed that interview. You failed it. But you refuse to listen to your spirit mentally. Don't tell your friend. Don't give them feedback. Don't even tell them you're going to an interview. You don't owe them anything. Don't put your boss as a reference. You put him in sabotage you. Then you sit down and I knew, Chomi, I knew that this guy was going to say something bad about me. You know, you and him don't get along. How is he going to be a good reference? You lost a great opportunity because he didn't listen to you. Intuition is supreme. Knowledge is good. There's nothing bad about knowledge because some of the things that we feel intuitively or creatively, we actually get them and create them into knowledge. People can consume as products. People can consume as an education or as something. But also it can be corrupted. Knowledge can be corrupted. That is why they will take out a textbook that you are studying this year. Next week there is 9th edition. You'll be like, if that information was correct, why we have 9th edition? Isn't it supposed to just be the correct? Because knowledge improves. They might give you half story. Next day they realize they gave you half story. They say it's a 10 edition from 9 to 10. Man, just watch the repeat. I think I had some hiccup when I started. I was not aware that I didn't put my mic next to me, but I will edit it and make sure that you actually get to consume an amazing content and you get to laugh with me. The reason why I smile a lot is because I do what I love. I love what I do. I produce out of love. You can watch this video 10 months from now. It will still resonate. I'm more about impact than entertainment. Thank you very much for being here. I can see you, Connie. Thank you for being here, for supporting me. I appreciate it. Much love. Here in Houston, it's in the evening. It's around 5:30. So I'm going to go to the gym, and lose weight. I've been eating a lot of junk food. But I know my probably in South Africa is in the morning, or it's about to be in the morning. So have a productive day. I hope whatever I've said, you will start looking to it. It will help you be an intuitive leader, an intuitive mother or father, or whatever who you are, or whatever you want to achieve and be successful. Thank you very much for being here.